This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop! August 27th to the 29th, 2021! Atlanta, Georgia! Ranger Stop 8! November 11th to the 14th! Orlando, Florida! Get your tickets now! Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Wow. Wait, doesn't it feel red today? Don't you feel the redness going on?
Oh, I think I feel something, but I don't know if it's redness.
If I'm feeling the redness, then I'm just feeling that spicy food that I had, or hot Cheetos, or, had a red feverish fever. Oh man, I'm getting dizzy. Oh man, I'm just joking. Today I just got my vaccine shot. It's my second dose, and it's finally over.
Yay! Do you feel like turning into a werewolf or something?
No, I feel like that Captain America. Like I just got, the pod is just opening the hatches, like.
So you feel like you just went from being a guy with a Barbie body to boom.
Yes, beefcake. Yeah, I just wanted to do a beefcake. All right, so hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Sentai Hero Special. And today is special because today we're not just going to review one, we're going to review two episodes, because today's special event is Sentai Hero Special, and today we're reviewing Zenkai Red Great Introduction. So apparently this special spinoff has two episodes.
Mm-hmm. And it's a continuation from the Zenkaiger movie, but unfortunately we cannot currently find that film, so we're only reviewing the two spin-offs from it. But when we do, we'll try and make a podcast for that one as well. So we're pretty much reviewing it in the complete opposite order.
Yeah, in complete opposite order, but apparently I have a feeling like maybe somebody that owns a Facebook, they already uploaded the Vietnamese subs or like the Malaysian subbed version of like the full movie, which they have early access to. But like here in California, I don't like there are certain websites like I'm just a little bit need to be cautious of, because, and plus, like, I don't know any other like foreign websites to watch like the episodes, because if I get into those episodes, they have like their nationality
Booby traps.
No, not booby traps. More like their national language subtitles, and I cannot read those subtitles. It's tough. So until then, when Zenkaiger uploads their movies, then we'll review those. But for the time being, all we have is the full weekly episodes of the regular Zenkaiger series, and we've already fully have the full complete of the Zenkai Red Great Introduction spin-off episodes.
So this is also a PSA. Be careful be careful where you watch stuff on the internet. But
yes.
But another thing before we officially begin, something we do with our when we review Dino Fury or Beast Morphers, we ask what our initial thoughts are. So Clem, Red Star, what did you think of these two episodes?
All right, so these two episodes, wow, like this is unexpected, and I thought in the Zenkaigers is just these five members But apparently, like, there's this newcomer that is Zenkai Red. And who is this guy? We don't know who he is. And we all know that he just pops out of nowhere. He can morph. He has the Geretslinger. So this leaves us to a lot of theories and questions. And I feel like this spin-off episode, these two episodes could give us the answers. And without further ado, let's get started.
So right. So right quick, I'll start because there's something I want to comment on. So the episode starts off with a small recap of the movie where the Zenkaigers team up with the previous Red Rangers, and there's big explosions, and they're getting ready to fight that Chimera monster that's like a fusion of all the previous Sentai villains. And then suddenly Aka Red, the original Red Ranger, is like, "Hey, you're not a Red." And by the way, what I love about this scene here is we can see our boys Cole and Juru in the background, and they're looking all curious and I'm wondering what the heck, like, what's going on here? Why is this leader not a red guy or something? And just thought that was kind of hilarious. It made it look like, even though if Cole and Jiru's actors aren't actually in those suits, it still feels like it's those characters. So anyway, Kaito, he's having like flashbacks, constantly hearing, "Hey, you're not red. Hey, you're not red. Hey, you're not red." And then suddenly it cuts to the candy shop where it turns out to just be a dream that he is having. Oh, Super Sentai and their dreams. But Vroom and Jurin are arguing, which gives me Leonardo Raphael vibes, and Kaito's feeling kind of worried. What exactly was he worried about?
I don't know. Like, he's just worried about the fact that like the first Aka Red, like the OG Super Sentai Red Ranger, he just questioned him. Like, if it's like basically the legendary hero is asking you a question like, "How come you're not red? How come you're in this whole red team? You're not a red. You're all white, but you have a red cape and you have a red touch to it. So what makes you the leader that you're a Red Ranger?" And man, like come on, there's got to be something. Like, I don't think Aka Red means that way, but I think he's just asking it as a curiosity and not to just like offend like Zenkaiser.
Mm. But of course, it takes his effect, and Kaito's kind of doubting himself, and we see like at the and he's talking about how we're pretty different from the previous Sentais. And what's the bird's name again?
Si-chan.
Yeah, Si-chan. Yes, I'm learning these names. Okay, he's letting them know that while they are a bit different, this is the first Super Sentai of this universe, and so he shouldn't feel too bad about it. And Jiren and Gaon and Majin are talking, and about how how Gaon feels like maybe Kaito would be happier if there were more humans on the team, and Majin's not sure, and then Gaon, being his ever charming self, says, "Hey, I have no intention of bonding with any of you." So that was a little. I was like, "Gaon, what the heck? You're such a..."
What the heck? Okay, this seems like okay. This I have a feeling like this episode is kind of like the fans like feelings for like this new series of Zenkaiger, because Zenkaiger is, after all, the first Super Sentai series to have Kikai noise, or these robots as as rangers. And like, if like of all the Super Sentai members, of course they're aliens, they're like humans, or they're from a different planet, but overall all the Super Sentai members have flesh, nerve, heart, the five sense. They all have that. But in Zenkaiger, only one human, and the rest of the four are like artificial intelligence or like a hybrid of androids.
Right.
So this so when Gaon says like yeah, maybe Kaito will be comfortable if like his whole team were human, but what does that got to do with anything? It doesn't matter if you are human or an android, but as long as you have that guts and you have that will to fight off your enemies and protect the world, then who is there to judge? Who is there to judge to like decide if you should be a Super Sentai?
Right, and that's a lesson that someone in this special learns the hard way. Anyway, let's move on. But first, before you go, so they get, so their emergency curtain blows, and like they hear, and like they are not they know that an enemy is loose, and so they run off, and they're going to fight Pennywise. Actually,
Balloon?
he's like, was that your boat? Hiya, Kaito. Want to come down here where there's more human Sentais?
And we have more candies than your candy cafe.
Anyway, you take it away.
So as the Zenkaiger is about to go and help the victims being attacked by these attackers, like these those Tojitendos, like Kikai noids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they henshined, and they, well, why do I keep saying henshin? I feel like henshin is like the Kamen Rider thing, and more is more like a Power Ranger thing. So the Tigers, they morphed, and they fight off the Tojitendos, but something is off. Kaito is not being himself.
Mm-mm.
He lost his edge. Like, look at that. He just fell from a pole, and he just left himself wide open, waiting for like for the Tojitendo to attack him.
Yes.
Get it?
Ironically, I'm actually feeling a bit sleepy today myself. Anyway, what?
Yeah, it's like Kaito. I feel like his dream, or from that event when he was fighting with the Red Rangers. I think when Aka Red says like, "Hey, how come you're not red?" I think that hurts him a lot because, well, Kaito, I have a feeling he knows like the history of Super Sentai, and as Super Sentai fans, we all know that every Super Sentai team always has a Red Ranger,
Mm-hmm.
and Kaito happens to be like a mixed, like his suit is all white, but he has a touch of red on his costume, and that is more like I don't know. It's kind of relates to our today's society, like identity crisis or position crisis or something.
Yes, he's like questioning his own abilities.
Questioning his own ability, and he's doubting himself if the legendary like Aka Red is right, because he's done this since the beginning, and if he feels that if he questions Aka Red, then he's like offending him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as the fight goes on, Kaito is about, and when Gaon and Juren just hold on that Tojitendo monster on, as Kaito fires, he accidentally fired at Gaon and Juren, leaving them like questioning, like, "Kaito, what is wrong with you? You're being clumsy. I never seen you this clumsy before when you were fighting. Oh, come on. Is it because of that dream?" Then, when all of a sudden, this mysterious red figure swift out of nowhere and defeated the Tojitendo with his final attack. Looks like a flaming sword ability. And as he defeated the Tojitendo, behold, Zenkai Red.
Right. I just want to say right quick. So, right now I wasn't too fond of this character when he, during this episode, but I will say that this attack is freaking sweet.
Yeah, it's like flaming sword, like final slash. Hooah!
And anyway, he tells them, "I'm here to form the true Zenkaiger team." And
True Zenkaiger?
mhm,
What?
what? And like before he could elaborate, he leaps off Aka Red style. Yeah, it's hilarious. Like I think this was a thing. This was a thing in Go Ranger where Aka Red would always leap away, and it'd be like, like
Uh,
anyway. So back at the Toji Tendo Dynasty, the bad guys are discussing their new plan, and they're getting ready to launch the Chimera monster, or this fusion of all the previous Super Sentai villains against them, and they have a little bit of manipulation planning, and they have like this a little bit of manipulation they're planning on doing with this one guy, and then we cut to the candy shop. Then what happens?
So we get to the candy shop, and like, if you read the quotes, like, why he's trying to push us out with real Zenkaigers.
Mhm.
So this leaves me and Kent with a lot of questions. So does this guy Zenkai Red, is he like does he have this mindset that, hey, Super Sentais are humans, the humans that protect Earth, and Earth is their home, and only the humans have that Super Sentai ability to protect Earth? Okay, so this is ridiculous. I have seen so many aliens from different planets. Like, for example, Gokaiger, aliens from different planets. They lost their home through the invasions of like what was that?
The Zenyak.
The Zangyaks. Yeah, the Zangyaks invaded their planets, destroyed their planets, and what is there left for them? Earth.
Mhm.
They decided to adapt Earth, and guess what? They're protecting it. Why are they
Mhm.
protecting it? Because, Marvelous wants to look for this ultimate treasure that exists on Earth. Okay, while he is pursuing that goal of finding that treasure, he learned a lot of valuable things, that what makes Earth so amazing, and why Super Sentai like himself protected it for many years and many generations.
Yeah, like it's this also has to do with separate universes and all. But I get the feeling that Zenkai Red is supposed to represent the fan base that wasn't real happy about the idea that this new team would not be spandex clad heroes, and now they're a bunch of robot armored things. And in a way, he kind of is. And so this is Zenkai Red, or at least his human form, and he just shows up and steals all their candy and talks about how these guys aren't the real Zenkaigers, and how he's going to like form a true group, and like he's going to do like his research, like he says he's going to watch them during their next fight, and see how they do. And something interesting happens. So when he gets ready to leave, like Kaito tries to talk him down, and like he just shrugs it off and calls him a fool, and and then the guy leaves, and then something interesting happens. Gown tries to like tell him something, and then suddenly this happens. What is this? Is there something on my face? so some so for some reason, Gown has now turned human, and we have no idea what exactly caused this, or why, or what's happening exactly. He just is now, and then they hear an attack, and they go off to face this, the Chimera monster again, who's terrorizing some people in the mountain range. I believe this is actually the same place where they filmed the final fight for Gokaiger, by the way. But
Yeah, this location is iconic for like any of the Super Sentai fans to fight off like a boss, or like a second, or a general leader, or a general leader from the big boss of Super Sentai villains. Yeah.
so yes, that's a little ironic that's a cool little place to, choose. And so the team shows up and like they get pull out their revolvers, they morph, and for some reason Gown can't transform. He can't become, super Gown, or doesn't even become a human version of himself. And this causes this causes a little bit of hectic to happen, and like the teams and like the henchmen start attacking, and some cartoony antics, and this doesn't impress Zenkai Red at all. So he henchins up, morphs, and does a pretty cool fight. Like I love the jumps and kicks he was doing, and he fires up his flame blade sword again, and gets ready to attack, and the fusion monster, he uses these poor henchmen as his bodyguards, and he just pierces right through him. It's just like yowsha. So anyway, what happens next?
So what happens next? This shot, the rest of the team are they're trying to go. They're gonna go ask Zenkai Red for some questions, and we all leave when Zenkai Red has finally defeated the henchmen. But it turns out that that Frankenstein monster, he goes by the name Normal Villain World.
Yes, it's
Normal Villain. Okay, that's a mouthful for that. Why don't you call himself Villain Sentai Villain World or something? I don't know. But what?
Or what? Since he's supposed to be the dread of and regret of previous Sentais, why not just call him Dread or Regret or something I don't know. But I do want to say though, we need this monster in Power Rangers so that we can get a lightning figure of him, because he's pretty sick looking, like I said. Anyway, keep going. What were you gonna say?
Well, as the whole team about to ask Zenkai Red for some questions, we go to this scene where Zenkai Red is still looking or recruiting a new members of the Zenkaigers.
Mm-hmm.
And as we all know, Gaon decided to tag along with Zenkai Red because, I can understand from Gaon's point, and from his perspective, because he loves humans, he loves to protect humans, and he thinks his own kind, the Kikainoids, remember in the previous episodes, oh, we're tough enough, but it's just that the humans are not tough enough because they're so special.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as us, the Kikainoids. So the humans can suffer a lot more than the Kikainoids.
Right. It's right. I think Ranger, they had this thing where human flesh is nothing like machines and gears. So Gown, he decides maybe to follow Zenkai Red, and everyone's all shocked, they think he's defected, and suddenly this woman turns into this woman. By the way, I gotta love how I gotta love the little pink strands in her hair. So now Majin is a human as well, and everyone's so bizarre, so mind blown. What exactly is happening? And then the credits roll, and that was the end of the first part of this little Zenkaiger spin-off miniseries. So
yeah, so that is the end of the first episode when Majin magically turned into human, and this leaves us so many questions, how did Gaon and Majin turn into humans? Does that will the rest of the other members of the Zenkaiger will be turned into humans, like Juron and Vroom?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see, because we're gonna talk about the next episode. So the next episode, that is episode 2. It is let's see, what was the name of that episode? The name of the episode is called White Fights Back, Zenkaiger Full Comeback.
That's a pretty good title for this episode.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So our second episode leaves off to where Majin is like trying to test herself if she still has her abilities while she was as a Kikainoid. But as we all know, she's like, mm, I can't do it. I can't make any predictions. I can't do any fortune tellings. I just lost it. I just lost my shtick because I'm a human. Uh, what is going on? Maybe I need to eat something. Maybe I should eat something. So Majin thinks that her being hungry is what's stopping her like fortune telling abilities and her and her mysterious voodoo gifts are are like at
No more.
yeah, like
Mhm.
she has no more of those abilities because she's human, but she is just testing herself like, oh, maybe I'm hungry, so she grabbed all the candies in the store. Like, I'm not talking about just like 1 bar or 2 bars. I'm thinking like a bucket full, like a little kid carries on a Halloween night.
Yes, she thought, eating her problems would fix it. Or, if this was like an adult show, it would be booze.
Yeah, so as Majin is chowing down all those candies at the Candy Cafe, we go to Tochitendo headquarters, and Lord Bakuwas is furious of like of all like where does this mysterious Zenkai Red come from? Like where's he from? And as as Ijirud is explaining, like he has this mysterious plan that's like, oh, let me just put this banner down. Like, Zenkai Red was born from a loser's delusion after all. A
Mm.
loser's delusion? That's
Interesting.
I think I think Ijirud is telling to the fan base like, oh, Zenkai Red was created from the fan base because there are so many today's fans, like they've watched all the past Super Sentais and they are not accepting the new Super Sentai that is the Zenkaigers because it's different. No humans, it's different.
Hmm. And
He's
but
breaking the fourth wall.
yes, very much. And like their new plan gets into action, and we cut back to the candy store, and like Sitsu, the bird,
Uh, uh, I think it's Gigi. Yeah,
the
it's
bird.
Gigi.
No, the good guy's bird.
Oh, C-chan, the good one.
Sichan. Okay, I'll learn these names. Sichan, like suddenly gets like a disturbance, like he suddenly gets like a transmission, and suddenly this appears. This takes the form of a little scroll, and like, and it's like the normal villain world, contacting them saying, "I, hello. I hope you're in good health. I want to let you know that we will battle at daybreak in a place called Hell Valley. Clear your schedules. And hope to see you at your latest convenience." I was like, for a villain, he sure has manners and he's considerate.
Yeah, and like all villains, like they would just do whatever they want, but it seems that normal villain does have the courtesy to send Kaito and the rest of the Zenkaigers a letter, or an invitation to have this epic battle and the climatic duel on Hell Valley Mountain.
Hmm. Anyway, so everyone decides to head out, but Kaito says that he's not going. He's going to go search for Gown, Jurin, and Human Majin and Jurin are gonna, meet them up there. And what do we see them doing?
Well, in this episode, at this scene, Kaito like first managed to find Gaon and Zenkai Red, and they were having like a little talk saying that like my gut instinct is full power, full force today. And Gaon, like while he was with Zenkai Red, he's saying he's been leaving like trails of breadcrumbs just so Kaito could follow him. But Kaito was confused because confused that wait, you were leaving breadcrumbs just to create a trail for me to follow you? I did not get that. But give me that bread.
Anyway, and he barely needed it. So anyway, like they do. So despite Zenkai Red's mean spirited attitude, like he does tell him that the enemy has challenged them, and so they race off to Hell Valley as well. And then we cut to Jurin and We cut to Jurin and Vroom trying to push human Majin up because without her robotic parts, she's not able to she doesn't have as much strength, and her new body is hard to use. And suddenly, Vroom becomes this guy.
Who is this guy? I don't know, but he is it's a good human form of Vroom. And as Vroom is helping Majin, Juren turned to human too. The whole Zenkaigers are finally human, and what a beautiful cast.
Mm-hmm.
And they just look great.
Well, I do like Zenkaiger, how it's been so far. I do kind of wonder if it'd be neat if we could have seen like what a spandex clad version of these guys would look like, but maybe it would be cool if we like explore this in a later episode or movie, kind of like they did with the Go Busters. But anyway, the team all meets up, and like Juren or like Zenkai Red takes the center and is telling everyone to suit up, and like they pull out their Gatlings and like they try to morph, but nothing happens. They're completely they have no way to morph. They're completely they're completely defenseless, and this leaves it open for the bad guys to attack them. And so yeah, the Zenkaigers are in a bit of a hot water right now. Anyway,
But look at this scene. My true wish is to defeat a Super Sentai. So when normal villain said that, we just found out the real reason how the Zenkaigers turned into humans. So it turns out that normal villain world, I think he has this special ability to change things because of his wish. Because after all, he did say in the beginning that he wants to defeat Super Sentais. He wants to defeat humans.
Mm-hmm.
So his wish came true by turning the Zenkaiger Kikainoids into humans, and when they're humans, they're like that labeled version of Super Sentai, like humans,
Mm-hmm.
and he would have that power to defeat them. But and Juran did point out that, oh, we turn into humans is because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So pretty clever plan overall.
And also, we also found another detail of how Zenkai Red had got the Gertlinger and the gear coin. So it's right here, and he says, "I Dogranio beg you, Messiah." So this whole time, the Tochi Tendos created normal villain world just to trick someone to become the hero that is Zenkai Red. So they would fall into the plan of turning the Zenkaigers into humans just to make them powerless.
Mm-hmm. A pretty clever plan overall, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right on point. And but when he said "I Dogranio," when he says Dogranio, he kind of reminded me of that villain from Lupin Ranger versus Pato Rangers, like the Dogranio that has the chains, the masquerade villain. Like, I know you haven't seen Lupin Ranger versus Pato Rangers, but Dogranio, I love his costume, but he does like if you watch the last episode of Lupin Ranger versus Pato Rangers, it will leave you shocked because it's very emotional and powerful. I love it. And as we go on.
Oh wait, not only that, just one mention right quick. Can you take the title away for a sec?
Yeah.
Okay. Messiah, and Messiah, I believe, was the name of the Go Buster villain from who we all know as Evox, aka Benjix, but he was like this big CGI'd head thing in Go Busters. So I wonder how this exactly would tie into what's currently happening. But who knows? We'll see. Anyway, keep going.
So it turns out that normal villain world and the Tojitento tricked this guy into believing he could be the Zenkaiger hero that is Zenkai Red. And the real reason why he couldn't morph is because he just lost that desire to fight and protect Earth and defeat the enemy, because his main focus was forming the Zenkaigers, or maybe he is just like discriminating the Kikainoids, because hey, you guys are robots. Super Sentais are only for humans.
Right. But he also had good intentions. He wanted to help protect the world too. But he kind of let his views get ahead of him. But after a pep talk from Kaito, like the Zenkai Red key suddenly appears again. And so this allows both of them to become Zen. This allows both of them to fight, and they work together to beat the normal villain world. And what they use, I'll let you summarize that, because it kind of ties into how this all started with this whole Sentai Hero special started with.
Yeah. All right. So without further ado, Zenkai Red and Zenkaiser, they just pulled out the legendary gear coin that is Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger coins. Oh man, this brings back memories, because Sentai Hero Special started all with Lupin Ranger versus Pato Rangers, and what a great episode to remember when I started the Sentai Hero Special, but with these two legendary Red Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they managed to defeat normal villain world, and he finally grows. Like he's talking about how Super Sentai villains in other worlds normally grow when they're defeated, and so also his spell his spell on the other Zenkaigers is broken, and they're allowed to turn back into their kainoid selves, and they fight. Gaon and Jiren form their Megazord and take Kaito and Zenkai Red join them, and they're fighting, and they manage to destroy normal villain world, and then something interesting happens. Zenkai Red decides to leave, and he'll help out on he might this gear, this power doesn't come from the Trinoids anymore. It comes from him, from inside him. And, he decides to leave, and Kaito is suddenly like, wait a minute, who are you? Because throughout this whole podcast, we've kind of been doing this too. We keep calling him Zenkai Red. We do not know this guy's name. So, and he says he will tell it when he becomes, leader of the Zenkaigers. So, that's interesting. So he heads off, and he's still, Kaito's still kind of questioning his abilities, and suddenly a big flash of light appears, and then suddenly these guys appear in front of him, and and suddenly the legend herself, Kaku White or Ninja White, appears, and she says, "It doesn't matter what gender, race, or kind of person you are. Super Sentais are you are a leader because of who you are, not what you are." And so, and this helps helps Kaito out, and then suddenly they pull a I forget, they pull the scene where suddenly Kaito wakes up, and he's not sure what was real, how much of everything we just saw was a dream. So so that was the end of the episode, and at the end of these two episodes. So overall, what did you think?
Well, I just want to say thank you to the actor that is Satomi Hirose. I think it's Hirose, or yeah, but Satomi Hirose, I just want to say thank you for coming back to making a special appearance for the 45th anniversary of Super Sentai, because you are just memorable. You're one of the most wonderful characters that ever existed in Super Sentai when you were in Kaku Ranger. So thank you. And she also made appearances in Gokaiger as well, and other Super Sentai special episodes as yeah. But as this goes on, like in this photo, we see like Battle Fever, Kaku Ranger, Red Hawk, Big One, Pato Ranger, Lucky in his Orion form, and Boken Red. Like when if you look at them closely, look at their costumes. A lot of the white colors is overshadowing the red color of their suits.
Right.
So when when Ninja White, or her character name Tsuruhime, when she said it doesn't matter of your appearance or gender, but as long as you have the heart and the guts as a leader and have that desire to protect the earth, then you are already a good leader.
You're already a Sentai warrior. So
yeah, you're a Sentai warrior if you have those traits to be a true hero. And this is how I feel when I thought about Juru when he started as Kier Major. He's just a little artist. He doesn't have no leadership. I thought Tametomo, yeah, Tametomo, the yellow Kirame yellow. I thought he has that leadership material, but Juru proved him wrong. It seems Juru has more heart than Tametomo. Tametomo more like the mind, the logics, and the strategist, but Juru he goes by his guts and he has the heart.
Right.
That's what makes him a good leader.
I have a feeling, for some reason, I get the feeling that Juru's role in the team was supposed to be what Kaito learns in this episode, but for some reason they decided not to do that last season and instead give it to him this year, or give Kaito this role, this character development this year. So,
all right. Before I give my review of this episode, what are your thoughts of Zenkai Red?
A bit of a jerk, but I liked his revelation that he realizes just because someone isn't human doesn't mean they can't be a Sentai warrior.
Yeah, I like the costume. The costume like has that red shine to the costume, and it reminds me of Aka Red. And if you look closely at the helmet, do you notice that the helmet looks slimmer than the Zenkaizers?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, look at the lower jaw part of Zenkai Red and Zenkaiser's helmet. Like you see Zenkaiser's like helmet has like that strong jaw, like a room, but Zenkai Red has like that slim, like it's very oval, like at the end right here.
Right. So a little subtle details like that. Also, I want to say this attack is, like I said, freaking sweet. I hope we get to see more of it later. Like if Zenkai Red comes back in later episodes, it'd be cool to see him do that again. Also, another interesting thing. So Zenkai Red said he'll come back when he's the leader of the team. So does this mean something like, will Kaito like perish at some point in the season? Or will something happen to him where he won't be able to be a hero, won't be able to take up the leadership of the team? Who knows? Interesting stuff that hopefully we'll see later on down the line, or who knows, maybe these are empty words. So
yeah, like there's everything is now in place. Like, who is Zenkai Red? What does he mean by forming the real Zenkaigers? And is he planning to take Kaito's position as leader? So does this mean like is Zenkaiser and Zenkai Red are gonna have like a duel in later on as in the series to determine who is the true leader.
Mm-hmm. We'll just, who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Mm-hmm.
And if this happens, this means we're going to have 7 members in this series. So there's Zenkaiser, there's Juran, there's Gaon, Vroom, Majin, there's Zenkai Red, and that Gold Ranger 2 Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to have 7 members.
Yes, that will be sweet to have, or that would be sweet if that'll end up being the case later on down the line. Also, yes, we will get to episode 8 tomorrow. You know, this is a special, and we're doing it at a special day and a special time. So
yeah, we're just grinding. Oh man. Yeah. All right. So overall, my review for this special spinoff, I give it a 10 out of 10 because this episode is reaching out to like the Super Sentai fan base, and also the Toji Tendos just left us a message like, hey, this Zenkai Red is created from the Losers' Delusions. So what meant by losers, I think Ijirud is pointing out at the haters of like the traditional Super Sentai fans.
It's a possibility. Well, not sure, but yeah. So you give it a 10 out of 10. I would probably give it maybe a 9 out of 10 because I kind of thought the characters' interactions in the first half were a little, jerky. But Gown, at least he had cool. But I really enjoyed how Gown actually was more like a sort of a secret agent for the true team, just to see what Zenkai Red is gonna do or what he was really doing. And I also like, the fact that Zenkai Red actually gets his, I just realized this. Zenkai Red actually gets his his mind thing or his mindset shaken up a bit, which, like I said, was one of my issues with Cole and Juru. I felt like there wasn't a point where they had like a realization or a rude awakening. So that's actually kind of funny that that after 2 seasons this kind of finally happened. So actually, yeah, know what? I'm gonna change my ranking. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 because it, like I said, it does the stuff that I was expecting to happen for 2 years now, and so that's cool.
Yeah, there's so many conflicts in this episode. Like Zenkai Red was created from Loser's Delusion. Aka Red is questioning the new Super Sentai team leader, and Zenkai Red is discriminating the Kikai noise that are the Zenkaiger teams, and talking about humans, talking about Kikainoids. Man, it's good. I like the message of this special episode. And if any of you fans have any thoughts or curiosity or theories regarding the spin-off special episodes, please leave a comment and give us your thoughts, because we love to hear every fan's opinion on what they think about the spin-off Enter Zenkai Red Great Introduction.
Right. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you plan on watching the show, if you plan on revisiting it and you want to put the movie and these 2 episodes into account, the movie takes place after episode 6, and these 2 specials take place before 7. So, just have that in mind when you're watching, if you watch the show if you want to binge, if you want to add these to the binge list. So.
That makes me feel like I should get Japanese cable. Or is there a way that I can have access to this TIVA or the TV Nation in Japan, where I can watch Super Sentai? Because if I get connected to their satellite, they're just probably gonna we're just gonna watch the episode with raw footage without any subtitles, and I have no idea what's going on.
Right. Maybe you should ask the Kyuujers in 100 years.
But anyway, while they're enjoying the latest Zenkaiger stuff, we're accepting what we have that's already uploaded on the U.S. internet. So I say hope everybody is catching up to the episodes, because tomorrow we're going to review episode 8, and episode 8 is the debut of Tukaiser, the Gold Ranger of the Zenkaigers.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
Yes, so that should be interesting to see.
Yes. And if there's ever a Zenkai Red, like a keychain or a figure or a toy, I'm up for it too. What do you like? Would you be excited to see any of the Zenkai Red's products?
Oh yes, definitely. In fact, Kim, one of our viewers, he's talking about how he wants the revolver. So
Oh, the Gertlinger. Okay. As I found out that like the last series, Ria Soldiers, like when they released the Memorial Edition of the sword, like that only comes out at the end when the series is close to an end. So if anybody is getting the Gertlinger, your best chance of getting the Gertlinger is at like a kid's toy size. I checked it out. I know someone who owns who is the manager of this Super Sentai toy store. Well, the toy is small, the Gertlinger is small compared to like what the show has. But if you guys, the Super Sentai fans, if you want the real deal, the real Gertlinger, probably have to wait when the series is close to the end, because that is when like Japan or Bandai is going to release the Memorial Edition of the Gertlinger. Will have more features, more detailed, and almost the exact replica that was used on set or something.
and you can also play the music. So
Yeah.
So what does the comment section say?
All right. So without further ado, we give this the spinoff a special 10 out of 10. So it's a great episode. And if anybody is not caught up with Zenkaiger, now's a great time. Watch it. Quasar Red and I already love the series, and we are thinking about investing, getting like the cool stuff from Zenkaigers, like the toys, the keychains, and all that, because it's fun. I love this series.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what do you say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, without further ado, let's get to the comments.
Mm-hmm.
So Mish says, "Hi guys, hey."
Hey.
And Alejandro says, "I love Power Rangers." Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Power Rangers, the Super Sentais.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and let's see. This is Super Sentai. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Super Sentai, Power Rangers, it doesn't matter. Like, it's all universal. And if you call Zenkaigers Power Rangers, it's still the same, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Everybody, Power Rangers, Super Sentai are both allowed in the same category.
Right.
All right. Jen says hi.
Hey, Jen.
Hey. And Vietnam Win says hi.
Hi.
Okay. Hello. Quasar Red got a cool background.
I need to do some more work on it.
Mm-hmm. And Ada says, "Yo, did you guys see episode 8 of Zenkaiger?"
Not yet.
Not yet, but later after this we are, and we're gonna set up like a review for that. And Aiden says, "Because I did, and I love the two Kaiser appears in the episode." Oh, okay. So Aiden, you seem like you're enjoying yourself with Super Sentai. And Aiden, if you've seen like any of the Super Sentai series, like they're all great, and some of them have their great moments, and some of them like don't. And some of the stories could be okay, some of them are great, but like Quasar Red and I were picky on our like Super Sentais.
Yes.
Yeah, and when it comes to Super Sentais, we'll enjoy it if we rewatch it again. But if we watch it once in a lifetime and don't continue rewatching it, then that means like it didn't fit us.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we don't like it. It's just that it did not fit us.
Right. It didn't. It wasn't our cup of tea.
Yeah. So Tom says, "Hey Kent."
Hi, Uncle Tom.
Hello. Ada says, "And Go Buster, and Tokyuger, and Shidokenjin was also in the episode Alone and Gokaio and Other Robots. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that more tomorrow.
Yeah, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And Kim says, Zenkai Red is awesome. I'm still waiting for Bandai to release the red 45 gear I want. Yeah, so the red gear coin is up for pre-orders on like certain like Super Sentai store websites. So if any of you Super Sentai fans want to get your hands on the red gear coin, by all means, go get it. And also the gear is also up on stores or on eBay if you guys want to get those too.
Lots of toys.
All right. And yeah, I guess that's all the comments we have. And we just want to say thank you all for tuning in today's episode, and thank you for listening our thoughts about the Sentai of this wonderful Zenkaiger spin-off special. And yeah, we're gonna move on to episode 8. So episode 8 is coming up tomorrow, and we're gonna review that. And wow. We're doing 2 podcasts in like what? In nearly 48 hours. I am so tired.
I know. So we better get some rest before we start our next one.
Oh, I need to breathe. I need water.
Alrighty. So where can we find you, Red Star?
So you guys can find me on Instagram. That is cliao1031. I'm there, and also hanging around the Morphin Network. And yeah, check us out. What about you, Quasar?
You can find me on Instagram, brown_K, as well as QR Ranger Book. And you can also find me here on Morphin Network as well.
All right. And guys, rumor has it that I am getting a Gertlinger because, you know, I'm enjoying the series and I cannot get the stuff. I don't get Super Sentai stuff unless I enjoy the series. So I did get myself Lupa Ranger, Pato Rangers stuff because I enjoy the series, and now I'm gonna get the Gertlinger for sure. It's already decided. Now I just need to see if that guy that I know still has it in store. If he does, great. If not, it's okay. There's the internet.
Alrighty, so well, that about does it for today. So tomorrow, like Red Star said, we will be reviewing episode 8 of Zenkaiger, and no Dino Fury this Saturday. But
oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, no Dino Fury. We're on hiatus now. But you can catch Boken and Leo's Common Writer podcast, I believe, on Thursday.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. And without further ado, hope everybody stays safe and stay healthy and fully vaccinated, because I am. And my arm is so sore. It feels like Gown or Vroom just punched my arm or something. And for all you Super Sentai fans, Power Ranger fans out there, and Kamen Rider fans, remember this: Zenryuku Zenkai! Zenryuku Zenkai. All right?
All right. So we'll catch you all tomorrow. So.
All right. So catch you all tomorrow for our review on episode 8. And until then, bye, guys.